348-1007. AlanCoxShow.com. He's got your live video stream there for you. Who's helping out today? Chert Guffington. Hey, thanks. Appreciated as always. Guardians still off until Friday after the All-Star game last night, which they won, yeah? They won. And the Guardians will be back here on Friday to take on the San Diego Padres going into the weekend, and then the Detroit Tigers will be in town next week. Those of you asking about tickets for Captain Fun's Floating Fandango, all of the information is waiting for you at WMMS.com. If you want to buy tickets, we have some of them for sale this year because we've changed boats, and I think we've got the bigger boat. What was the line in Jaws?
We're going to need a bigger boat.
That's right. And so we're going on the Good Time 3. But August 24th is this year's cruise. It's brought to you by Circle K. And it's going to be a good time. But there's plenty of chances for you to win tickets, too. That's how, it's the only way we've done it in years past is you have to win them. This year, we've told people, oh, you can go ahead and buy them. But plenty of chances for you to win. So your tickets today showing up around 3:20. Another $1,000 here for you in about 7 or 8 minutes. $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie. Alan, why is Bill like Ron Burgundy in Anchorman? He's eating pho in the summertime. Well, some people, Ron Burgundy would drink milk and say that it was a bad choice because it was so hot.
I mean, that is a wild choice.
But pho, people go crazy. Bill knows this. For broth and meat. And you should be able to...
me sandwich with the...
When it's 90 degrees out. You didn't get soup, you got a sandwich?
I had a sandwich, but I had the... But I'm like inside most of the day. It's not like I'm out. Like I was outside for 30 seconds walking to my car.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's probably air conditioned in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was like...
Boy, banh mi is good, though.
Yeah, banh mi is
So
real
you
good.
didn't eat pho. You were eating at Superior Pho, but you had a banh mi.
I had a banh mi with a pho.
Oh, you had the pho.
And you dip the sandwich in the pho, and then you know...
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, like a French dip.
Uh-huh.
But this is a Vietnamese dip. Do they call it a Vietnamese dip when you do that?
They don't, that I know of.
All right.
But that's just the way I like to do it.
Yup. Got to dip it.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't drink I didn't slurp all the broth down either. Like I didn't.
You did or didn't?
I didn't.
Didn't slurp the broth.
Didn't slurp the broth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that but it was just one of those things where with who I was meeting with, I'm like, this is kind of close to both of us. And he was into it. I was into it. So, yeah. Little business meeting today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Some business taken care of?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm always taking care of business.
Always some business to take care of. Speaking of which, Alan, when is Mary playing bonus hole again?
I just played 2 days ago.
Well, that's why they're asking. They probably
people.
missed it, and they're excited for the next one. But it really does go with the phases of her laundry.
It's too hot. I'm not that laundromat was 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'm probably
Were they
not
serving
gonna,
pho? It was probably Asians who owned the laundromat.
It was Asians, no pho.
Okay.
But I'm probably not going to do it again for at least a week or two.
All right, well, there you go, sir or madam. Alan, why does nobody insult each other anymore with bird names? Yellow-bellied sapsuckers and stuff like that.
Chicken. Just the classic chicken.
Classic chicken.
Nobody calls me chicken. Watching Back to the Future over the weekend a little bit because on Netflix. And Marty does not like to be called chicken.
Well, that's George McFly, right? That's what got him all riled up. Got that from his dad. Nobody called George McFly a chicken. And then
eventually, but like
didn't Marty get that from his dad?
No.
Oh.
Because Marty was kind of different than his dad. His dad didn't really stand up for himself until Marty went back in time and helped him out a little bit.
Yeah, but I thought that was something that he had. There was like it was like the family insult of the McFlys was calling someone a chicken.
It skips a generation.
Oh, it does. Oh,
yeah.
all right. Well, nobody. Yeah, you don't hear yellow-bellied sapsucker anymore. This person
never heard that.
Also, well, it's old-timey, but it's funny. There's all kinds of bird. There's boobies and dick sissles and horned screamers, and you could use all kinds of stuff. I like old-timey insults. I mean, like really old-timey insults. You know, like from the Shakespearean era. You call people all manner of things that really, in a current day, don't really make much sense, but they're still fun to call somebody. If you had them memorized and on tap, and you could just call them up, you could be throwing Shakespearean insults at people. Or, let's see, you're a pompous taint goblin. How about that one?
Ooh, that doesn't sound all that old-timely.
Well, because a lot of them, you know,
It's not a bird.
if you go, well, no, I'm deviating from the birds here, but I mean, if you go away from the birds, you know, there's a lot of super old-timey insults that involve, you know, adverbs that nobody uses anymore. If you called someone a puny, milk-livered mammoth, I mean, it's good, it's funny. I guess they don't have to know what it is, do they? You are a reeky, plume-plucked miscreant.
No, they kind of need to know what it is.
Do they?
Because then if they don't
They know that they've been
understand-
insulted.
No, they won't.
Oh.
If someone called me that, I would be like confused. I wouldn't feel insulted. I'd be like, what are you even saying?
Yes, but you would be certain it wasn't a compliment, at the very least.
But it wouldn't make me like.
You know why
oh,
you'd
I
know
can't
that,
believe
Mary?
You called me that.
You know why you know that? Tone.
Why? Well, you don't
So
believe in
important. Tone
Oh.
is so important.
You say that with sarcasm.
Of course I do.
You're,
I say,
no,
I say
exactly,
most.
That's my whole point.
I say
You're
most
proving
things
my
with
point.
sarcasm.
You're proving my point by the way that
Paunchy,
you said it.
idle-headed lout is what you are, Mary. You're a spleeny, rude, growing nuthook. How do you like them apples? You puking, knotty-pated malt worm? Anyway, does that sound like a compliment? You go, oh, thank you so much. This is a new dress. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Just do a twirl and be like, it has pockets.
That's right, everybody. How do you like me? I'm a surly, rump-fed pig nut. Enjoy it. We've got money here for you. It is $1,000 to do with whatever you see fit. Splurge or save. Your call. It's $1,000 courtesy of the Buzzard bookie, so good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Guardians do well in the All-Star game, yes? They have. They were well represented last night in the All-Star game.
I think the only one that really did a lot was David Fry had a hit with an RBI.
Mm-hmm. Emmanuel Clase.
Yeah, he closed.
He's a Clase act.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good.
So for people who watch, did you watch any of the All-Star
I didn't watch any
game?
of it. I was doing
I didn't either.
Brothers Lounge. So
All right.
didn't have
Who won last night?
Last night we had Brett Thomas and Martin Malloy move on.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
very funny chaps.
All right. Well, there you go. Somebody pointed out to me, or speaking of old-timey, somebody threw a random fact that it was this day in 1941 that the Indians, your Cleveland Indians, ended Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak at the old Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Now, it stands to reason that there are people who are alive and well who might have been at that game and remember it. Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. See, all I could think of was I went to high school with a girl named Erin DiMaggio, no relation. Oh, she was fine. So foxy. I don't know what happened to her. I just know that I was so intimidated by her that when I'd spend time around here, I'd get all nervous. But everybody's got somebody like that. She was lovely. If you want to leave us messages on the iHeartRadio app, you can do it. The little red talkback button there.
Hey, Pete from Pittsburgh here. I know politics is nothing to laugh about, but please, someone tell me you're throwing a pie. I need to laugh a little bit. Hate the show.
We have any pies?
We got donuts. We can throw some donuts.
Somebody brought in 2 giant pizzas to work today, and the remains of which are in the kitchen, but there were boxes of bagels. There must have been some kind of party out there.
Well, there was bagels from Monday, and then they had a bunch of donuts and stuff today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today there was a sales meeting out
Yeah.
here, so I think that's what the donuts were from. But somebody brought 2 giant pizzas and food at a radio station on a day like today. Basically, I guess in any office, but my experience has been in radio stations. And just throwing food into a kitchen It's like when they drop a piece of meat into a piranha tank. And so I don't know if any of it is left. But it was out there, but I don't think that there are any. There's pizza pie, sir, but not actual pie. I think you're thinking of, I hope someone's going to throw a pie. It is National Hot Dog Day. I was watching a piece this morning with Joey Chestnut, and he was talking about National Hot Dog Day. So maybe there's something there.
I got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties.
That should be Joey Chestnut's walk-on music. You know, he's doing this thing Labor Day weekend against Kobayashi, who was his longtime nemesis. But Kobayashi has retired. But the third Wednesday in July, every year, and if you check your calendar, you'll know the boy ain't lying, is a National Hot Dog Day. And so do with that whatever you see fit. But this piece I was watching on Joey Chestnut, he thinks that, he got kicked out of the Nathan's thing because he's pimping vegan dogs or something. And now he's pimping Pepsi. So things are working out just fine for Joey Chestnut. But they're going to live stream this thing on Labor Day on Netflix. And he is convinced that Kobayashi is playing mind games.
Why wouldn't he?
Even in the world of competitive eating, there's mind games?
You got to get any advantage you can. So
Wow.
you got to try and psych him out.
I guess so. How would you even do that?
I mean, it's all head games anyway when you're eating that fast. So
well, that's just because you're putting the food in your head.
So then you just use a little bit more of your head. You use your mouth and your mind.
I see. You use the brain meat to offset the fake meat that you're putting into your mouth.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Kobayashi.
Right. Well, that's what he said. He goes, yeah, Kobayashi, he and I are going to do this thing again. And I felt bad for him because he said that competitive eating was taking a physical and mental toll on him. A mental toll. Like he would go places, and if it was the day before a competition, he wouldn't be able to eat things that he would normally eat. And Joey Chestnut, the guy's named after food. It was a fait accompli that this was going to be this guy's life.
If I were Kobayashi, I would get Rob Riggle to be at that event and basically be that character from Step Brothers and try and psych out Joey Chestnut.
Now, remind me that character. I know Rob Riggle, and I know his usual vibe.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's him screaming.
It's just him screaming.
Drill sergeant type stuff.
Next to Adam Scott.
Okay.
He's like Adam Scott's right-hand man.
Gotcha.
And the Kobayashi scene is when he said, I saw him eat a man's penis in international waters.
The Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mind games. He said that one year, Kobayashi told him that he had a jaw injury and that he was only going to show up to the Nathan's thing for his appearance fee. These guys are paid to be there. And he was only going to eat a dozen hot dogs. He said, and he ended up eating 63. Now, Joey Chestnut still beat him, but he was trying to get one over on him. So even in the competitive eating world, they have to contend with misinformation and disinformation. Have the Russians gotten to Kobayashi too? Boy, I hope not. They were asking Joey Chestnut about, because again, I think it's Labor Day or Labor Day weekend on Netflix, they're going to live stream this thing. Kobayashi's going to come out of retirement one more time, go up against Joey Chestnut. They're calling it unresolved beef or something. And they were like, because Joey Chestnut's like, I love to eat. And they said, well, are there anything you won't eat? And he's like, well, I was in a cow brain taco eating contest.
Oh.
And that was really hard, he said.
That's really gross.
Because they had seared the brains. And so he's like, it was like Stand By Me because people were getting sick.
Ugh.
Or people vomiting. Cow brain tacos.
Yeah, man, I don't need these eating contests. They're so gross. It's so
Yeah, they're
gross.
really gross.
How about just a enjoy your food contest?
Well, that's part of it too. He's like,
Eat a nice, comfortable pace contest.
I love to travel and I love to eat. Because if you're in a
But
restaurant,
that's not loving to eat. Like, that's loving to win. Like you're not enjoying anything when you're eating
Well,
it.
no,
like that.
not in competition, but
Yeah.
in normal life, he's talking about how I really like to travel, I really like to eat, and on days before competition, I get bummed out because I don't eat. Obviously, you got to save all that room. The cow brain taco eating contest was the hardest thing he had to do. People vomiting all around him, and that's got to make you feel good too, you know.
If you could do, like, you had to do an eating contest that you think you could win, what's the thing that you would?
You're
like,
asking
you're
the
not,
wrong.
You're not going against
guy.
like a pro, but like in like it's me, you, and Mary. What could you eat more of than
Nothing.
nothing?
What could I eat more of than you guys?
Almonds.
Nothing. No, you could eat more almonds than me. They're
I don't know
tiny.
what I could eat more of. What do I eat a lot of? Probably eggs.
You could
That's
eat
like
more
the only
eggs
thing
than
I
us.
Eat in bulk,
Or-
in volume every day.
All
I eat
right.
eggs every single
You
day.
drink them or eat them?
I eat them.
Okay.
Nobody drinks eggs. I'm not Rocky.
I drink egg whites. I mean, that's still an egg.
Yeah, but
All right, there
no,
you go. That's your.
You
That's your.
open
Yeah,
a
you
carton
can.
of egg whites and put it to your face and drink it.
Well, no, you put your protein powder in it and you drink it.
There you go. That's what you can do more of than me and Mary, because that's disgusting.
I'm just looking for. I'm just looking for economy of production there, and rather than be sucking down, mixing things together, put your powder in the egg whites, you get going.
I'm gonna go with.
It's certainly not delicious, but I'm just trying to get the
you just
elements.
want you just want the fuel.
I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Doesn't have to taste good.
I'm gonna go with the thing that I could eat more of than both of you is crow.
Yeah! I'll tell you what, you yellow-bellied sapsucker, he did it.
Hey.
So Mary with the eggs, you with the crow,
All birds.
all birds.
Got a
Yeah.
hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got a hot dog with bologna in my panties. Got
Well, anyway, I want to watch. I'm going to watch that Joey Chestnut thing. And if they're going to live stream it, the least I can do is tune in.
I never ever wanted to be a man. I wanted to be a pretty lady.
All right, I got your key for the Buzzard bike after the break. $250. You get it early today. We're giving out a bunch of these, and you can win one from me. It could fire up this brand new Harley, Budweiser and the Buzzard. Giving away the Buzzard bike. That's what we're calling it. If you go to WMMS.com, you get all the info on it. Dieter's out doing some appearances to get you a key, too. I will hand one off to you after the break. 35192. Want to text for anything else, you can do it there. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show invites you aboard
Ahoy!
for an afternoon of fun